Hey guys, what is going on? McMull2 here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm bringing you footage courtesy of Barad-dur. You can find a link to his YouTube channel down below. Definitely go check it out. He's bringing me footage of a rebel team in Phase 4 dealing 8 million damage, a ton of damage. It's got Wiggs, Ezra, R2-D2, and Lando Calrissian. Does a lot of damage, as you can see as I'm cycling through these mods right now. He's got some pretty good god tier mods. You can see the abilities here. I'm kind of doing a different overlay where you can see the mods, the stats, and what abilities he's got Omega or Zeta. There's only one Zeta on this team with R2-D2's number crunch. So I'm giving you guys an overlay so you guys can see what's going on here. So I don't really have to go so much into detail about it, more about what you guys can see here. But also, before we go any further, I should also mention that I do have a Discord server and Patreon page now. You can find those links down below as well. Definitely go check that stuff out. Come join my Discord community. And as a special guest for this video, I have Jim Ross here to narrate this entire battle for you guys for your entertainment. So, Ross, is there anything you want to say before we go any further? Thank you for that, Jim Ross. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the strategy for this team. We'll keep going through the mods so you guys can see what's going on. And then Jim Ross is going to take over as we go through, and there's big hits coming out from this team. So, yeah, just sit back, enjoy, listen to us tag teaming this commentary, and I hope you guys enjoy this video overall. Now, for the mods for this team, you can see that pretty much everyone is running crit chance and crit damage. The only character who has something different is R2-D2. But really, for Wiggs, Lando, and Ezra, you want to have them do as much damage as possible. That means throwing on crit damage. You want to stack on some good speed secondaries and crit chance secondaries as well. Even throw on some bonus offense too, because you want to make sure that they can hit fast and hard. You want to prioritize those three secondary stats over everything else: the speed, the crit chance, and the offense. And then, of course, you see they have the speed arrows, they have the offense crosses, and of course the crit damage triangles. So that's pretty straightforward for them. For R2-D2, you can see he has speed and tenacity on him. The speed's not too surprising because you want to fast R2-D2 so that he can get his smoke screen off at a good time. And then, of course, that tenacity is there so that whenever he takes hits from the B2 droids on the side, their basic attack can remove turn meter. And R2-D2 can resist that. That's going to help overall with making sure that he does not lose that turn meter. It helps him keep going fast, helps him put out more damage and more buffs, and especially that burning debuff, because then R2-D2's basic attack deals 30% more damage against burning targets. So having him be able to do that base attack means a basic 30% more damage on the main tank if it's burning whenever R2-D2 attacks it. So that's a very nice boost to have there, is making sure you get that burning debuff off and making sure that he keeps going fast and resists all these turn meter removals. So for the overall strategy for this team, you have the Zeta on R2-D2's number crunch, and that gives him bonus protection and bonus health, bonus potency, and bonus offense based on the characters around him. And he's going to be helping here to give the smokescreen buff for the airstrikes that make sure all of your rebel allies survive. And then he's also giving that boost to the offense overall, a little bit more offense to tie in with Wedge's lead, so your rebels are going to hit a little bit harder with him in here. But the main thing with him is using a smokescreen, and you want to have it target R2-D2, because what's going to happen is R2-D2 will gain foresight advantage, and you want him going fast like he has in this video, so that he uses his buffs up, because what's going to happen is once you start hitting those B2s, they will use their AoE Dispel, but they cannot use it if the only target that's unstealth has no buffs on them. So your other characters that have stealth and have their crit chance and crit damage buffs and everything else, they will be fine. They will not lose those buffs because the B2s can't target them with the AoE Dispel. And then you have his burning AoE. That's going to help put some dots on the targets and help them die a little bit faster. And of course, the main trick here is going to be using Lando's double down special ability. And once he lands 2 or more critical hits with this, the cooldown is reset and it deals double damage. So you'll see here during this entire fight, he's doing a ton of damage with that. He's really knocking these turrets down really quickly with that. And of course, you have the AoE from Wedge as well that deals some pretty nice damage too. And of course, you have Ezra. Ezra is calling in Biggs with his Watch and Learn special ability. What's going on here is Biggs and Ezra both gain 40% turn meter, and Biggs basic, whenever it scores a critical hit, will give one random ally crit damage up. You'll see here that's going to lead to some big damage numbers, and Jim Ross is really going to enjoy narrating those numbers. So yeah, you're just going to have to sit here and watch these guys just do massive amounts of damage. You'll see pretty big damage numbers from Ezra's Flourish and Wedge's basic attack overall with those crit damage damage buffs. But overall, it's a pretty good, solid team. It's not that hard to attain these characters, relatively speaking. The only hard character to obtain here is R2-D2, but of course his legendary event just came back in preparation for Commander Luke. So if you are still looking to get R2-D2, I highly recommend you get your Empire characters up and get him geared up and ready to go, because he's a very good raid character overall. That is pretty much it for the strategy. You just kind of want to use Lando's AoEs as well as Wedge's AoE to really just knock down these turrets pretty quickly, stack up crit chance and crit damage on them, and then of course just use the Wiggs combos to help deal massive damage to the tank, use Ezra's Watch and Learn with Wiggs to get those crit damage buffs out to everybody, and then use R2-D2 smokescreen to keep your rebel allies alive, and make...
Wait a minute, look at this! Oh my God! Michael says, I think told the cameraman!
Make sure that R2-D2 does not get any buffs on him when the B2s gain their 100% turn meter through Relentless Barrage. That way they don't do an AoE Dispel and ability block your other allies, because then that's really going to hurt your damage overall. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it for the strategy. Let's just go ahead and sit back and watch the rest of this fight go on, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video.
Double noggin knocker. Oh,